And we are live. We are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Raider Nation. It's your boy Turf. I'm sure y'all can already figure it out. I'm not at home, We got the portrait only video tonight. And we gonna get into it like we always do. I don't have no hat. Y'all getting to see the ball Turf today. I kind of left everything at home. If you didn't know, Turf is out. Turf is out here in Salt Lake City for NCAA gymnastics regionals, where I don't know what region this is, but long story short, we here representing them Gopher Girlies. Shout out to my Gopher Girlies up here. I know they ready to go. I'm super excited. But we know y'all came here to talk that talk, and we know what we talking about when we say talk that talk. That's that Raider talk. And hopefully you got a chance to at least glimpse at the title, the description, because I'm excited for this show. I've been trying to holler at this brother for quite some time. He knows it. Everybody in the community knows it, man. We all absolutely, adore this man's takes in every way, shape, or form, man. Whether you love it or hate it, you respect it, man. And I'm just glad to grace these mics with him, man, once again. So without further ado, man, let's get my main man up in here. Raider Nation Jasin in the building. Man, I don't have my sounds. I don't have nothing, but y'all know.
Yeah.
I do have graphics. I don't know if they're going to show with this.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, you might see a little bit. My man, Raider Nation Jasin in the building. What's going on, boss?
Yes, sir, man. I mean, your intros, man, got me ready to run through a wall. You know what I mean? I'm ready to go. Nah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, this has been a long time coming, man. Been really trying to get on here, and I'm glad we made it happen tonight for sure.
Yes, me and you both, bro. So, hey, I made it short and sweet with that intro because I want to dive right in. I'm so excited to hear about the things that you have takes on. I forgot I got Instagram going. Sorry, my Instagram people, y'all missed the grand entrance, but we got you rolling now. But yeah, man, first and foremost, there's a lot of chatter, there's a lot of people that absolutely want Ashton Jeanty as the number 6 pick of this year's draft. I am really honestly curious, and give us the elongated. Give us exactly how you like with this number 6 pick. If you're happy with Jeanty or okay with it, if not, but give us some in depth, bro. I mean, I want you to go off on this, man, because there's a lot of opinions on Ashton Jeanty, running backs in general, this draft class. So yeah, give us your take, man. You don't mind.
Gotcha. Well, see, for me, like I have kind of went back and forth. So I'm gonna start with the Geno move and how that kind of goes to the draft for me. Like I would have loved to seen a 3 or 4 year deal because then we would have known, you know what I mean? Like we would have known kind of what we had, and then it would have made our 6th pick. Because I was thinking like if this is like a 1 year deal or something like a short term, then we could if Shadur is there at 6, I feel like the responsible thing would be to kick tires, see what he's got. But my thing is more trading back, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because I have my eye on a lot of picks in the 2nd round. And it's you gotta kind of, we gotta finesse that, like trade back maybe 2 times or so, and then get another 2nd, get another 3rd, get another hopefully couple of 3rds. But you know what I mean? But just try to get because there's some meat in them 2nd and 3rd rounds. So my thing would be to trade back. Like it would be crazy if I would say that if the quarterback is there,
Right.
I would take that. I would take that because I feel like, Raider history. If we don't, Shadur goes off to be a Hall of Fame, quarterback, and it's just another person that we missed on. So,
bro, I love it, man. And to be honest, I'm more than okay with going back, trading down. It's a tricky draft, and I'm glad you said it meaning that the talent, second and third round picks here. I'm telling you, Jay, I don't think there's a better draft. I don't think we've ever seen or had a better draft for the second and third rounds of this year. The gold mines that we are going to absolutely see, unbelievable. I mean, the names, the hidden. There will be people that go undrafted that potentially have shots at becoming maybe a Pro Bowler before their career is done. So I agree with you 100%. And it's because of, like you said, the potential and the meat and potatoes inside this draft in rounds 2 and 3. And the other part is, for me, when it comes to Gianti, I think he's a special back. You know, um, let me put this out there because, right, I've been putting a lot of noise on this, right? Meaning, we're not drafting a running back at 6. And it makes absolute sense. I mean, I won't go as far as saying if you knew he was the next Saquon Barkley, if you knew he was that type of generational talent, which honestly, I don't think any running back in this draft is a generational talent. I don't think we're seeing a Barry, a Marshall Falk, or I just don't see it. Janty is about as good as you're gonna see as far as something that potentially may be generational, but I actually think there's one better. And I saw him with my own 2 eyes, man, and that is Omarion Hampton. That kid, in my opinion, is special.
Now for me, he's been off my main radar. I've heard a lot. I see his name all the time, but I like the Ohio State backs. But
Ooh, yes.
yeah, but tell me about Omarion. Like why kind of why you like him,
bro? He's an every down back. He is what if. So this is how I look at it. If you would have just swapped Janty and Hampton, I think you see the record broken. Right. Now, do I think it's broken in the amount of games that Barry did it? No, because I don't think Omarion Hampton is that special of a talent. Barry Sanders is, you're talking the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's amazing to me. People are even saying any of these running backs' names in the breath of a Barry Sanders. It's weird to me.
Yeah, there was literally only one Barry Sanders. Only person that could juke you twice, even 3 times on the same play.
It's never gonna happen again in our lifetime, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I mean, I've been wrong once. I'll be wrong several times. But I just don't see us being blessed with another Barry Sanders type running back. Yeah, I don't know. He's one of one, like you said. He's one of one.
Yeah, I've been doing like some, mock packages and stuff like that. And we were talking about like it depends on what type of team we're trying to get. Like,
Right.
say if we are trying to get our running game good, we could do a Genty, hopefully get Trey, what's his name, Henderson in the second, and then get Milrow as the third. then we got an all running team. You got all threats to run, and you got to defend everybody because everybody can give it to you.
Everybody.
But it depends. Like if we go like a Will Howard route, we're gonna need a whole. We're gonna need the running game too. But I think that would be vicious with because I've heard the talk about Milrow. Only if we do, like, say, if we do go Genty, and then we can, we probably won't go back to back running back, but if we, say grab a wide receiver in a second, then we go back and get Milrow or something like that, you could tell the kind of direction that they're trying to go for Pete.
Right. And Pete is a runner. He's a running guy. He's a defensive running guy for obvious good reason. And I agree with his philosophy. Play sound defense and run the ball. So for me, when it comes to Janty, the problem with drafting him at that position is we are already drafting the side of the running back room that we currently have. Now this is where I will bring myself to the front of the congregation when it comes to Janty. I'm going to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. I've been calling him small because he is. He's a small running back considering, 5'8", 211. But man, I'm starting to question that 5'8", 211 pounds after seeing this man pause with his shirt off and out there running. He does not look small.
Yeah, no,
Not look
not
small.
at all.
And
That's a big 211 too.
that's what and see, this is where everybody, hopefully the people watching, right? And don't think I forgot. Chat Lives Matter. We're gonna hit y'all in a hot second here. I just wanted to get things rolling before this thought came off my mind and made sure everybody in this chat, puts their points of views in there when it comes to Janty, man. Because again, I know that if you've watched my takes up to this point, more than likely I look like a hater. And it has nothing to do with that. What it has to do with is I don't think Janty has the ability to be a workload back, which means you got to pair him with something. You know what I mean? And if you go get a Henderson, right, as opposed to Judkins, you're kind of getting the same guy. You're getting that home run hitter that, although Henderson has a little bit more shakes to him. See, I don't think Janty has shakes. That's the other thing. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just he's not a guy that is shifty at that size that I like, that I'd expect and want.
Yeah.
But he's so solid. He's a solid dude. I don't see him carrying the ball 20 times a game for 16 games, 17 games. I don't see it.
Yeah, like Henderson, I like too. Henderson kind of reminds me of JJ, that type of, you know what I'm saying? That's why, and that's you like the same type of back I do. Yeah, power backs are cool, but I mean, we've seen too many power backs, and we need more the Charlie Garners, the Josh Jacobs, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's the package because we do have Mostert and it's just 1 year though. Because I mean, it's good for this year, but we need pretty much that type of back. Like what they had at Miami was a good, 1-2 punch.
They had a 1-2-3 punch.
Yeah,
they had because they had the kid A-Chain, Mostert, and they had another guy.
Yeah.
Now this is where I know y'all are gonna probably start cracking, whatever the case may be. But hey, man, I'm not giving up on my guy, McCormick. I think Sincere McCormick, again, he's on that side of the fence though, as that shifty, 10 to 15 touch running back. We're not looking at the 15 to 20 touch running back. That's gonna last the whole season. But I mean, that's how I see those guys. I don't see, the Judkins, the kid from Iowa, the kid from Kansas, Neal, those big guys. The kid from Texas Tech, he's like a little bowling ball.
What's the guy? Scatterbo. Yeah.
Those are bowling ball guys that we don't have. And are we going to stick with Zeus? How do you feel about Zeus? He's still there. He's still around. Do you think he can be saved? Do you think it's a lost cause? What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, I wasn't feeling confident last year going into it. And then so, there was those couple games but it wasn't enough for me. And I just think maybe probably for another team, but just not for us, not for what we're trying to do. Because this is year 3. He's going into year. Yeah. I mean,
I ain't mad at it.
Like you said, Sincere McCormick shined a lot better in his short time than Zamir. So yeah, I'm done with them. If they can, if Pete, can
do something,
rejuvenate his career somehow, I'm all for it. But I just don't see it, with him.
Yep. No, I get it. Well, before I get going too far deep into this, we already 15 minutes in. We got the chat, man. The chat lives matter. So let's get this popping. L11 in the building. Terps. Salute. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show, man. GL Max, Raider Nation in the building. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. My guy, man. 805, man. What's good, Turf?
Yes,
Real Talk Raider Nation in the building. Y'all definitely need to check out 805. I mean, everybody should know 805. Y'all know, shoot, y'all know me because of 805. Probably in the other, the War Room, the crew. You got Chris, you got Severe. Man, show's outrageous, bro. Outrageous. You got to check them out. Another one of my main people, bro. New England Raider boosters in the building. Jeff, my guy. Salute Turf and Jason in the nation. Another guy, man, quickly coming up. Man, and he's from my area, bro. He's from the Northeast. So you already know I love him and I love his accent.
Yes, sir.
Jeff in the building. Appreciate you, man. Glad you came through, man. Hope you enjoy the show. We got some new people in here. Sigma Boy, hi. Appreciate you, man. Hope you enjoy the show. My family, man. My main man, Steve Jones, always represent. Appreciate you for coming through, my man. What are we going to do for wide receiver one? You know what?
I got an answer for that.
Yeah, let's talk about it. What we going to
Yeah.
do? Because you know what I mean? Number 6. I'll bring this up, and I'll bring it up now because at the number 6 spot, the last time we drafted at number 6 and picked a wide receiver, you know who that wide receiver was?
Oh, yeah.
Andy Brown, baby. And if we could get lucky in the same breath and do that again, I'm a firm believer of history repeating itself. And if we can get that history repeat itself with a guy like T-Mac, oh man, I can see that. I can actually see that. What's your thoughts on that?
I was a big T-Mac guy, and a friend of mine has talked me out of, just kind of, because I liked his size. I feel like he can win those one-on-ones and stuff like that. I've seen Steve Smith's take on him too, which I like watching his takes on wide receivers.
I love Steve Smith's show. Yeah, shout out to Steve Smith. I actually played some of it last week.
Yeah, like I think I'm kind of shifting, say for the trade back, right? Say if we trade back and then maybe like 18-ish, 16-ish or something like that. And then we get Matthew Golden. I don't know if you've watched his stuff. Hey, he is smooth. It's like I like that type of runner because the routes, I mean, it's not irky jerky. It's just he turns his head and he's gone. He's gone that way. You know what I mean? Like I love that. And he's fat. I think he timed at 4.29.
Sure did.
That's Al Davis type of guy. And then I think he's a solid addition that would help Jacoby and help Bowers. I mean, I think he's steady. He's consistent. He can go up. He can go double teams, all that. He can do that. He doesn't have the size T-Mac has, but he plays big.
He plays big. He plays like a wide receiver one. I couldn't agree with you more. I'm a hometown job with this one, right? Being a UT fan, hook 'em, coming from the great state of Texas and Austin and getting to see him on a regular basis. Wow. Yeah. That's all I can tell y'all. Wow. Yeah. And in fact, like you said, I believe Steve Smith actually has him as his number one wide receiver.
Yeah, like he's consistent. Like remember the Texas game I think it was the last Texas game or the one they won. He was the one that scored the 2 touchdowns that actually kept them in that.
Correct.
Oh, I know you know. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm preaching to the choir.
Yeah, I watched a lot of UT players. It's no coincidence that a lot of them will be going somewhere. Shout out to my guy Nibs, man. Nibbles, Book of Nibs, man. He is a massive man that will kill you. He's a Muay Thai Jiu-Jitsu guy, and he loves football. He loves ball, man. He did a draft for us, and he picked up three Texas kids for us, and I couldn't have been more happier than that draft. And it was actually a pretty great draft. But Texas has it, man. I don't know anything else to tell people. These kids, man, the safety he picked up, obviously, if we could have, he picked up a defensive tackle and somebody else, I forget. But anyways, you can't go wrong with Texas players. I'm sorry. It is what it is, man. Those guys are built to come to the league and ball.
Can I bring it back to Ewers one time? Like, what's your view? Because I like him. I think he has the NFL arm,
Right.
He just needs to improve on those. Like, I think deep. Yeah, it depends. I think he's one of those people. It's like during the game, he can make it happen. But I think if he works on those mechanics and stuff like that, he'd be okay. You
I
know?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he's 100% a great backup.
Mhm.
Will he win some games for you? Can he get you out of a season with an injured quarterback for the season? Probably.
Yeah.
But would I want him to lead my team like long term and he be the guy? I would be nervous with that for a lot of reasons. He's not that athletic.
Mhm.
He already shown that, there were little injuries that nagged him that caused him to not perform well. And I mean, at some point, man, I'll be honest, and of course, there's a little bias because you got that kid named Arch behind him,
Yeah.
so it's hard to kind of give him grace with the Arch Manning sitting behind him. But you could just feel it all season. Nobody would have been mad
Mhm.
if they would have sat Ewers.
That'd
I'm
be-
just gonna keep it a bean.
Mhm.
No, I mean, and the thing is, the kid has all the talent around him. Blue was another guy that he picked up for us at running back, who also ran a 4.29.
Yeah.
And again, these are guys that I've seen with my own two eyes in person on the field. Blue is another back. There are so many, and for the record, I've been saying it. I will continue to say it. I think this is probably going to go down as the best running back class of all time. Of all time. And it's wild because I don't see a single generational talent.
Mm.
Right? Like, right?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I
But
do like the big backs, like the 6'2", you know what I mean? Like
uh,
Caleb Johnson. I think at worst case, we should land him. Like, you know what I mean? If we miss on the other ones, then at worst case, if Caleb Johnson is there, we take that.
yes, I couldn't agree with you more. And that there are a few of those out there, right? There are a few of those. Like I say, the kid from Texas Tech, he's a little bowling ball. I like that kid Neil from
Yeah.
Kansas. He actually ran a better 40 than I expected.
Mm.
There are a few big backs, man. I did a whole series on the backs. I love Judkins. If you're gonna go for a big back, another one.
That's why those two, Henderson and Judkins. That's why I would go somewhere else. I wouldn't really go Genty. Like I said, I would trade back and then I would try to double them up because you're giving Chip his backs that already know the system. You know what I mean? Like it just works.
That would be monstrous, man. That would be monstrous for us to get both of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that being possible. I don't know. You never know. That would be huge. That would be a wrecking ball to our running back room for sure. Though I can't imagine you see Zeus around. I can't imagine you see McCormick around. You'd have Moser, right? I don't even know if you'd see Abdullah around even for special teams. They probably make some changes there. I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing: nobody will be able to say we don't have weapons.
Exactly. Imagine that out the backfield too. That's what I want to see. Like Henderson escaping out the backfield.
Man, he could be the best back in this draft. Yep. Go ahead, y'all. Post it. Mark, what? 23 minutes and 57 seconds in. I'm telling you, he might potentially be the best back in the draft. I think it's Omarion Hampton. I think he's gonna emerge and probably have top 2, top 3 stats. I think he's gonna go somewhere and play right away and be an every down back. I think he's more of an every down back than Janty is. At 6'2", right? 6'1", something like that, 220 some odd pounds.
Yeah.
He's just a bigger guy that can take a little bit more of that punishment pause. But I don't know. Janty can prove me wrong. And it wouldn't shock me because what he did was no small feat. Don't get me wrong. It took him 370 carries to do it or touches. That's a lot. And I did see that in the
Yeah, I seen that about the mileage
Yeah,
on
too many miles. Yeah, shout out to my cuz, man. Too many miles on Janty. Jacobs didn't have a lot of wear and tear, which made him a great number one pick. I agree. He didn't come anywhere close to 300 carries in a season.
He was the third back. I think the third back on that squad.
Right, right. So, and it was so funny, man, because a lot of guys bring up Marshall Faulk and his take on Janty. And his take was that he's the only one that he could trust
Mm-hmm.
to say that has the ability to carry the load because he did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see that perspective. And you're talking Marshall Faulk, man. Who the hell am I to tell Marshall Faulk he's wrong about anything?
Yeah, he was one of the originators of doing as playing both.
Best running back to come out of the Mountain West. You will find no other better running back to come out of the Mountain West Conference, including Janty.
Man, that would be wild. Because it would, like you said, it would be a two-back system too. It would be, Genty, probably either Mostert, and then somebody we pick up, maybe like a Neil or something like
It
that.
has to be a bigger back, like you
Yeah,
said. Yeah. Basically, we're trying to mimic what the Detroit Lions did when it comes to Montgomery
yeah,
and Gibbs. And I thought that was the best backfield in all of football. That's what I thought. I mean, I don't know what the stats show, right? Obviously, it's probably going to be different, but I thought that by far that was the best back duo in all of football last year.
yeah. And Montgomery wasn't no punk either. Like, he's not the star, I guess, that what's the name is, but
Yes.
he was definitely, he held his part. If we could do that, because see, that's why the thing was Zamir. We don't have the two punch. We may have had the one and then no two, no three, not even close to four. But with that's why I say if we double up, because my thing is getting this running game going, getting this thing started, because that's where we were asking AOC and whoever the quarterbacks were this year to do so much because our running game was a joke. We couldn't get nothing going. So we got these guys throwing 35, 40 times a game, and it's just not the recipe, especially for what we got going.
Nope, I agree. Shout out to Geomex. Who does Gianti compare to? This is a great question. It's an absolute fabulous question
Yeah.
because, again, his style of run is of a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's a slasher slash downhill runner.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a guy that's going to make you miss in the backfield. He'll run through you before he runs around you. That's the type of running back Ashton Janty is.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's hard to compare him to somebody that is even remotely close to his size that would make sense. Emmitt Smith doesn't make sense to me. I mean, don't get me wrong. They have the same running styles. Emmitt Smith was no, mixer up. He's downhill, straight off tackle, one cut and go. Janty is the same guy. They are very similar from that respect. But
Peyton Hillis, no.
Peyton Hillis.
No, I'm just playing. I just bring out. Yeah, it's hard because, like you said, it's hard. I don't really like, even though I compare what's his name to Josh Jacobs, but
Right.
I love those backs that can create. You know what I mean? They can, if they're in the backfield, they can create out of the backfield. They can get themselves out of jam. So
Yes.
yeah, I mean for our line, for the last couple of years, the power back thing for us hasn't been really working. I don't know if we tried with the wrong power back, but do you feel our line is good enough now?
It's a great question. Is it good enough now?
Mhm.
Possibly. We've definitely made some upgrades based on what we've had, right? Guard, it's gotten a little better. I have to agree. We did re-sign Whitehair, right?
Did we? He probably did. Well, I know I've seen him on that list.
We re-signed somebody for depth. It wasn't
Oh, Meredith. I think it was Meredith.
Meredith. My bad. It wasn't Whitehair. It was Meredith because I don't think Whitehair is. He's definitely just depth. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's just depth. He's not even worth talking about as far as signing, but hopefully we get him for depth, and keep him around. But I think it's better than last year. And why? Because they're probably more seasoned together.
Yeah. Yeah, true that. And then we did, because I was listening to a couple of shows and they kind of made some good points. I mean, we're locked in at the right tackle, with Glaze.
Correct. Love Glaze.
And they're saying that Colton Miller's going to bounce back this year. You know what I mean? And then I just feel like we need to draft his replacement right about now.
Right.
So we got some depth behind him just in case something goes down. Yep. And then I think we still got Mumford pretty much for depth on the other side, or we really each side. But and then the guard, I think the only thing that worries me is that guard spot. Yeah.
Guard play.
Yeah, because if Kappa's cool, if Kappa's enough to, if he bounces back, because I know he was injured, they said he was kind of bouncing back, but we'll see if he can be better than what we had. Because we were swapping guys out left and right at guard.
Yeah, it wasn't a good sight. Parham, just not. I just think he's got a size problem. He just hasn't translated well, at least in the schemes that we've seen him in with these coordinators and offensive line coaches. I don't know where we go from there, but I do think we're better. We're better, like you said. I'll agree with you on that. Let's hit some of these chat, folks.
For sure.
Jeff, I'm 100% all in on trading back from the 6th spot.
Yeah,
I am too, unless there's a Shador there or a Cam Ward there.
Yeah, that's the only way I would hang around at 6 if the quarterbacks are still in play, because that's something because I know you're tired of it too. Of every year we're going into this thing looking for a quarterback. How long has this been? So we finally get to at least see what we got with with Shador, and then I don't think the kid's going to be that bad. I've seen worse quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Because that was the one thing they said about him. He was accurate. It was all this stuff during the season. He was smart, all this kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden things changed toward. Because think of the teams he took.
Right.
Jackson State and Colorado. No disrespect to Colorado and Jackson State, but I'm just saying, like, that's like if he took Cal.
Right.
I would say the same. You're like, man, this dude must be doing something because he's taking my not so powerful team to, you know what I mean? It's like you got to take that. He's not doing it with a USC. He's not doing it with an Ohio State. He's not doing it. He's doing it with some, and he went to each team and had to start from pretty much, well, he was always going to be the starter, but he had to, build and, I admire the kid for what he's going through. And just his mental. They don't like the arrogance and stuff like that. But I want my quarterback cocky. I want my quarterback confident.
Exactly.
We don't need. I want him arguing on the sideline or what he's. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just how it goes, man. You need somebody with a pair.
I agree, bro. 100%. I wish I had my buttons. I would have been pushing the whole time you were talking.
No,
that was real right there. Yeah, that was real. That was real. Geo Max, Raider history. We passed on Adrian Peterson. That sucks. That I ain't gonna lie, that's a tough one. That's a tough pill to swallow as having some of the best running backs, if not one of the best running backs of all time. I love Marcus Allen, but hey, Bo Jackson, we all know what that is.
Yes, sir.
Billy Davis in the building. What up, Raider Nation, Turk and Jason? Appreciate you for coming through as always, my guy. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Let's see who else. We got some World Hero Romans.
Yeah, heroes.
Joe Heath. I don't know. I'm not gonna put that up there because you're giving middle fingers, man. This is the family show.
Oh man,
it's a family show. Tuesday nights is family show
for the kids.
Patty 707 Raiders in the building. Hey man, my guy from down south. San Antonio, Raider Paul in the building.
Raider Paul.
Raiders. I can't wait, man. We definitely got to get up, Raider Paul. Real talk, man. We need to do a live show, man. You need to get from under the covers and come on up to the Austin side of things and do a live show with your boy. We got 93 Nav Man.
Yeah,
If
man.
Carter is there at 6, I'm game. But damn, RB can't be a first round thought. Too much talent beyond Janty. I think Janty is amazing, but not for us at 6. Thank you, Nav Man, bro. You are my guy right now, man. I couldn't have said this any better. It's perfect, man. It is absolutely perfect. I spot on, my guy. I couldn't have said it any better. Raider Paul, Turf, you going for Houston? I'm going to the Final Four Fest here in San Antonio. Is it in San Antonio, the Final Four?
I think I'm gonna go Duke. Is it
It's all the way Duke. I want Houston to win, but I doubt it. But it's Duke all the way. Nobody's beating Duke.
Yeah.
Hey, tune in on Thursday this week. Yeah, hopefully I should be. No, because me and Spence, man, we got 2 weeks in a row, bro. Dead in the water. We will be talking basketball though, for sure. If it's down in San Antonio, man, I'm gonna hit you up, Raider Paul, because I'll probably come down there for that.
Hell yeah.
For sure. For sure. Yep. Now here he says come through. Absolutely. Real talk. Raider Nation. Janty going to crush Sanders' legacy.
I hope so. I hope whoever we get.
I think it's April Fool's.
Hey, I hope whoever, because there's gonna be good talent at that spot. That's the thing. Because
yes. Great talent.
Think about how many people we've been talking about. We talked about T-Mac. We talked about Genty. We talked about. I know Mason Graham's one of the. I think that's the only defensive person. I think because I know they was talking about the DBs and stuff. I would say Mason Graham because, like I said, that's a game changer. That's somebody
game changer.
Yeah, like I think. Those would be the only two, like I said, the quarterback and Mason Graham, or I'm trading back. We just trade back. Because to get Genty at 6, I feel like you could have got some more meat with that. You know what I mean? Like somebody's going to trade their life away for.
Exactly. And we know for a fact that Janty needs another piece for that to make sense. Think about it. You're not running a rookie running back at 5'8", 210 pounds, 20 times a game for 16 games. And then now you're going to want him to play in the playoffs? It don't even make sense. It's not going to happen. So, yeah.
Miami gave us Mostert. So, I mean, they could be looking for another 1-2 punch. You know what I mean? So they could, we'll keep it here out.
Correct. Absolutely. Hey, Janty, he looks like a beast. You're right. He bro. And again, that's why I had to come. Hey, y'all saw me bringing myself to the front of the congregation today. Shout out to Anton Daniels. That's his saying I be stealing. But yeah, the kid, man, after his pro day, he don't look 210. Yeah, I'm just telling y'all right now. He don't look. He looked 225.
250.
He don't look no 210. He can't close his arms, ladies and gentlemen. He don't look 210. I'm just telling y'all right now, from what I've been seeing as far as the pictures of him, I don't care about the 40 time, none of that. He's looking like a every down back. You heard it from me. And I've been saying the opposite. He's looking like it. Looks can be deceiving. I'll put it to y'all like this. I'll put it to y'all in the way that I know, my boy. Shout out Chris from Protect the Shield. I know he's gonna adore this one. But we all remember those moments about Zeus pumping weight.
I was just gonna say when you said he looked like a beast, I was just thinking like Zamir White looked like a beast too last year, and
you see what we got, right? There you go. If somebody else just said Nav. Hey, who is Nav Man? 93 Nav Man. 93 now, man. Did you graduate high school in 93, bro? Because if you did, you might for real be my lost brother, man.
I
We
know
might
you
be
on.
to something the way you already talking, bro. Because yeah, I haven't seen you around much, but man, you need to come around more with these comments. Straight up. Hey, you guys are in the building, man. Al's Ghost.
Hey,
Jason, salute. Salute in the building. SoCal Sal is in the building. Salute, Turf Jason.
SoCal salute.
Yeah, people coming through, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through and showing up, man.
Yeah.
We enjoying this show for real, man. I'm glad I'm back with Raider Nation Jasin. Hey, yo, y'all got Gino, Nate. Appreciate you for coming through.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy the show. Hey, we got Jack Kenna in the building. What's up, Jack? It's good to see you, dog. It's been a while. I see you around. You know, I'm always hollering at you when I see you. Appreciate you for coming through as always, man. I know it's Turf. Turf ain't been around. I do my Tuesday show, but y'all normally usually see me a whole lot more than that, man. We get into this tail end of this thing called the Big Ten, college gymnastics, right? We in the regionals right now, man. It's an amazing situation. Check it out if you if you got time. I know, Jack. I'm prepared, bro. Like I say, I'm out here in Salt Lake City. I had to go with the clean dome because I don't, I got all college stuff, man. Minnesota, Montana State.
I'm on Turf. I got you. You ain't gonna struggle alone.
Appreciate you, boss. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. Got you.
Appreciate y'all for coming through. My guy, Eric, Raiders, Haters, Hunter, Erica Channel, Salute Nation. Tell everyone to cut out that Tyreek Hill talk. That's not necessary. I agree with you, bro.
I was about to say I agree too, because I'm tired of the rumors. I'm tired.
We don't need them.
Yeah.
We don't need it. We don't need none of that, man. Yep, it was an April Fool's joke. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I seen a couple. I seen that Amari Cooper one.
That one was really making me sick. I'm like, again, y'all didn't learn from the first time?
Yeah, we should have knew better when we seen 3-year deal, because we ain't giving no 3-year deals.
Right.
A 1-year deal or nothing.
That's it. Yeah, they definitely playing stingy, and they playing that Patriot show me game.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at it. I mean, we're not in position to do much anyways. We still got to figure out, all the intangibles and get the right pieces that chemistry helps, create what we need. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see, man. It'll be interesting to see how this stuff all turns out. Yeah. So yeah, let's move into the later parts of the draft. Like, who do you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you thinking about? Like, what holes are you trying to fill immediately? If this draft was 100% yours, you are Spy Tech today. Like, what is it like? I am 6. I can't trade out of it. Who am I getting? Am I going right? If you got a Mason Graham there, right? If you got a Will Johnson there, right? Where are you going if you can't trade out of it? No one wants it.
That's tough too, because when I say, is it Mason Graham or is it Shedeur? With the state of it now, I would say Shedeur, because I know everyone's saying that the contract is going to get signed, but until it gets signed, I'm gonna say quarterback, which is tough because defense definitely is important, especially what Philly showed us with KC. But for us, like I said, I'm tired of us every year needing this quarterback. Well, trying to find this quarterback. So we get that out the way. If anything I do with this draft, we land our quarterback first of all.
I agree, bro.
And then,
I agree.
And then we building around. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna build around. I'm gonna spend some time on offense. Like, I am going to. It will probably go quarterback, running back, wide receiver. I would say guard, just because I don't feel comfortable with our guard situation yet. So
Right.
there's the guy Zabel, but but then you said we couldn't trade back, so this would be just a drafting scenario. But I would definitely, I like the guy Zabel. I like what's his face, Ratledge. Those are my guys for guards, big guards, 300 plus. I mean, we need size. That's the thing about our line is it was small,
Correct.
260, 280, all this kind of stuff like that. We need 320. You know what I mean? We want
Yeah.
to be pushing people around because we can't run the ball if we're 260, 270, 280. You know what I mean? It's like the Bills. I don't know why the Bills line sticks out so much to me when I watch them. Because I
Right.
mean, it's like they're just pushing people around. Like Josh Allen can do whatever he wants, pretty much.
Right.
Like it's like no matter what they do, it works. It just I'm like, damn, it's just they never because when they play KC, one of the good lines, defensive
Right.
lines, but
Yeah,
they
Chris.
they push they push them around. Like that's what I'm like. We need to get to that. Like the Niners used to do a good job of building a good solid line.
Right.
We need to get back to that. The bulky, nasty line.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. It reminds me again. The Bills line's great.
Mhm.
Another line I adored, the Detroit Lions.
Ooh.
Bro, they had the perfect game, in my opinion.
Mhm.
They ran the ball 28 times and they threw the ball 28 times. It was the perfect game. And they had like 40 some odd. I mean, I've just been in awe with their offense, last year's offense. And
Mhm.
it was hard to not discuss that offensive line. I don't think we're anywhere close to that. But I
Mhm.
think we're building. We're
Mhm.
building on it, and we're building the pieces that the front office is a little bit more comfortable with.
Mhm.
That Kappa pick, like you said, that's Tom Brady's old guard, right? That's his old guard. That's he actually played for Tom at Tampa Bay, I believe.
Mhm.
And he knows, hey, I know what I can get out of this guy. He knows how to motivate him, obviously. Tom knows how to motivate everybody.
Mhm.
So I think we're close. We're closer than most people think. Let's put
Yeah.
it that way. But like you said, we still need some pieces.
Yeah. I like the caliber that they're bringing in here, though, because like I was saying, like the other night, they're thumpers. These are dudes that put in that work, and they bring that hard hat, and they lay that wood, and it's like we need that, and I love how they're hand picking. You know what I mean? Like it's for us, it's driving us crazy because it's not happening fast enough, but they're hand selecting.
They are.
Like we need this, okay. And then I Spillane was cool, but I like that guy Roberts. Like from what I've seen, that dude puts his body on the line. Like he throws his body around, and it's like I love that. Like by any means necessary, get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like and Chin, we already know somebody gonna be losing the ball quickly.
Probably the best pickup right there, man.
Mhm.
So while we're talking about what you do in the first round, that's one of
Mhm.
the reasons why I'm okay with going with a Mason Graham at 6.
Mhm.
You put Mason Graham next to Wilkins, Max, Kuntz,
Mhm.
Butler,
Yeah,
bro, it's over.
wreaking
It's
havoc.
it's over. It's over. And I'm okay with leaning on the defense and going defense with that number one pick over offense because there are there, there are there are a lot more holes on offense than defense, in my opinion.
Mhm.
I think we have a hole at running back. We kind of filled it with Moses, but you can't count on him to stay healthy.
Yeah, definitely.
We have a hole at guard. Like you said, probably better off drafting there. We definitely have a hole at wide receiver number one.
Yes.
I mean, big, glaring, wide. Whew. Like just those three pieces alone, you got problems.
Mhm.
I don't think they just get solved overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for all we know, the pieces we have in place aren't complete pieces yet either, or need to be changed out. So it is, it's tough to say from that respect, offensively, but defensively,
Mhm.
I think we're what, a cornerback and a linebacker away.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at on the defense. You get, and I mean, we already just picked up some dogs as far as linebackers. Are they the answer? Can they be the answer? Maybe, right? Are they? Who knows? But you know, cornerback is still it's just as big as our wide receiver issue, in my opinion.
Yeah, which is crazy because we have it looks like a full room, right? We got Jack Jones, we got Bennett, we lost our slots, and we still didn't recover from losing a Meek the year before, because
Never.
I don't think we still didn't replace him. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And hey, look, I know I'm going to catch something for this, but the truth is, Jacorian Bennett still hasn't played a full season.
Mhm.
I mean, last year would have been his what, sophomore season that he ended up not being able to play, and then his rookie season they had to pull him.
Mhm.
So it's no guarantee that he's this baller that we think he is, and we know Jack Jones isn't already because he likes to take too many chances. We don't know where his head's going to be now that his guy isn't here, and they
I was
do.
gonna say Pierce is gone now, so
So we don't know if Pete's going to be able to rile that in. I think he will. That is the thing about Pete Carroll. He is a player's coach. He is that. If you can't play for Pete Carroll,
you don't like football. You know
so,
what I mean? Well, you ain't got no pulse.
exactly. So this is the tail of the tape, and this is definitely a crossroads for Mr. Jack Jones. And I hope it works out, man. I love the kid. I think he's got everything he needs in order to be great, particularly now with this line. With this line, it's game over.
Mhm.
You can almost count in your head every play. They got to get rid of the ball. Otherwise, I could just stop running because I know one of them dogs up front is got it.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting situation, man. But can he keep his head on? You know what I mean? That is,
Yeah.
can he keep those mentals intact?
Yeah, that's the key. And then, we have Tyree Wilson, which has been a slow developer. I have faith. I have more faith in him than I do Zamir White. I feel like it's taken, him a long time, but I feel like he's starting to get it because we heard more from him the latter part of the season. You know what I
Right.
mean? He was making some noise. So it's like maybe he's starting to figure out getting his moves, getting everything down. And if that add that to the line, double trouble.
Yep.
And
Nope.
then
I agree.
get
I agree,
Kuntz if he could stay healthy
bro.
too.
That's man. That hurt us last year. That was the beginning of the end, if you will.
It was because
For
we had talked about that. We were like, oh, we're so we've been healthy through this whole thing, and then bam, 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 just
that was the beginning of the end right there. And it did not end well for us. It just did not. It's no way to easy way to look at that. It is what it is, man. But
definitely.
man, yeah. So I mean, I would go. I would be okay with defense. I would be okay with defense. Um, to be honest, I I'm still not happy at left tackle.
Yeah,
Colton Miller. I would be okay with going and getting the tackle at 6'2" and biting the bullet. It's not a sexy pick, right? But it's something that you can have. You can go get another Joe the kid Campbell, right, from LSU. I'm not sure. I'm just saying it's a thought. And I wouldn't be mad at it if that decision was made to keep Geno upright and whoever else comes after Geno, right?
yeah.
Because that pick at 6, that should be a pick for the next decade.
As greedy as I am for a fast running back, a couple wide receivers, I would be okay if I seen them starting to invest in that line
Right.
If that's what it took for us to get that thing, then I will put my wants and my cravings to the side.
Burner.
Yeah, for the betterment of the team, because
Exactly.
it's something that we want, but we always every time we come to the draft, we feel like we can't afford to kind of not waste a pick, but have a pick on a non-game changer or and it's like those are such important pieces. And imagine if we just added one 4 years ago, another 3 years ago, another piece, we would have been cool right now. You know what I mean? But we never were like, we're gonna go for this. And don't let me get on our first round draft picks. The crazy picks that we like to pick. But
it hasn't been good, man.
yeah, hopefully we could double up on what we did last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be an interesting first pick. I hope that we trade it back.
Me too.
Because that'll help alleviate all of the crazy. Because no matter who gets picked at 6, half of the nation won't like it. That's the other problem we have. We can't agree on nothing. Right?
We're gonna talk about him before he even plays a snap.
Before he even plays a snap, he's gonna either be a dog or just a dirty dog.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Yeah, look how Bowers got. Bowers got the treatment like he was a bum.
And I was part of that initial treatment. I was pouting like a 2-year-old at the draft. I can admit it, ladies and gentlemen. Turf was not happy. I was looking terrible out there in Detroit.
Man, it was because it was kind of like a luxury pick, if you will, like because it's something like if we had kind of how our offense started the season. And when you look at Devontae, Jacoby, Trey, the dreams of Trey Tucker, all the stuff, Zamir White, turning his career around, all that stuff. It looked like okay, we just add, we can afford to do that,
right?
And it was, I'm glad we did. And it, because every time we talk about, like you said, the wide receiver position, they're like, oh, well, we had, 1,000-yard tight end. We had 1,000-yard wide receiver. Yes. And we had 4 wins. You know what I mean? So it's like that's not enough. It's not enough. Most teams have 3 wide receivers. We have 1. I'm not to discredit Trey Tucker and Ramel Keaton.
Right.
But, like
it's just not there.
Yeah. Sauce Gardner is yawning right now. Like, come on, man. It's like Jacoby. Once they shut Jacoby down, it's like then they're gonna force feed Bowers until they shut that down, and then we have to have an even where you don't know what we're gonna do. It's not like they know it's either Jacoby or it's Bowers. All they do is just start cutting routes. But if you don't know what we're gonna do because we're so strapped all the way across the board. That's how Brady was so successful.
Yeah,
he didn't have those star wide receivers and all that, so you didn't know what he was going to do. He would just carve you up to whoever.
Don't worry about who he was getting the ball to. No, you're absolutely right. These things.
Gaffney, what's his name? I just remember a random. He was number 10. Gaffney.
Yeah. Yep.
No one would know who that dude is, but just as long as he can catch the ball and get out of bounds, bam.
You are right. You are absolutely right, brother. It was interesting to see him win with a bunch of quote unquote no names, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did it all the time, right? You put an Edelman, Amendola, any of those slot guys he had.
Deion Branch and all those. I remember Deion Branch was his guy.
Yeah, Branch was that. He was different though. He had that different kind of speed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's had some nobodies, but damn, he made them look good.
Yeah, that's what I say. He made. Yeah, so I'm sorry that my guy AOC couldn't be that, but I've accepted. I've accepted that.
Hey. So shout out to all the AOC lovers in the building. I forgot you are an AOC lover. Look, man, I still think this kid has a shot.
Yeah.
Call me Crazy Joe, right? Call me whatever. I honestly think AOC still absolutely has a shot in the NFL. For us, probably not. He's still on the roster. I think that speaks volumes. I think that if they keep him around for a backup, again, that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
It's all it's going to take is the same thing that it took for Tom Brady to get in the building,
Mhm.
right? And I haven't given up on the kid, man. I'm as the the viewers leave.
I was gonna say everyone's like, "Oh God, why we got to hear?" I mean, I just feel like AOC isn't as bad as people would be giving him. Like
It's
that's,
not
I think that's my gripe because I mean, I could say, yeah, okay, maybe he's not what we need
or
at,
want.
at the present moment, but I don't think the kid is that bad. Like I mean, did we not see Minshew? Like, were we not anything but Minshew? Like anything but Minshew, and like even
That
with
still burns me up, bro. That see, this is where AP, if he wants to get himself out of any holes, he's just financially write that book, bro.
Mhm.
Just say, you know what, I'm done with coaching and write that book and tell it all because I still don't believe he started Minshew over AOC
I
on this.
really, I don't either. I honestly, I agree with you on that. I think we talked about that too. I didn't feel like that was his move. I feel like it was a money move. Like we see it all the time. Like the dude's getting 15 million.
You gotta play.
AOC, yeah, he's got to play. We're not sitting 15 million on the bench. We're just not, you know. And it sucks because I feel like they thought, it's the same thing. AOC, Minshew, and the thing was, I don't think Minshew was ready. He just came to a new team. I don't think he expected to start. And then because he, when he came, he was like, "Hey, this is AOC's, team and all this kind of stuff." But then they made that move, and I think they were like, he'll figure it out, but he didn't. He didn't have enough time to get to know the playbook, get to know the players. AOC at least played with him the year before, so the timing and all that kind of was a little bit easier for him. But yeah, the Minshew thing, I just think that it just was bad timing. Like you don't give him the 4 games, like give AOC the 4 games. If he's 1-3 or something crazy, then gotta go, and it's just give him the fair chance because let him build off what he did last year. See, does he
Right.
get better?
That's
Does
what
he
happened.
improve? Yeah.
I'm saying I'm of the same elk, brother.
Mhm.
And that's the problems I've had with these establishments. They're just too quick to jump ship.
Yeah.
They jump ship on AOC. Just let them play through this. You know what I mean? Let them play through it.
Yeah. And he did. That's the thing about the kid.
Great.
The kid he wasn't even supposed to start, and the kid came in and he for the
Well,
most part held his own for a rookie for a fourth, fifth round pick. You know what I'm saying? He did pretty good. And even like it's not just us, but even other teams, announcers would
yeah,
talk about how poised the kid was,
yeah,
how he just stepped in and like you never seen panic in his face, even though he took sacks and stuff like that when we didn't want him to. But
right.
it was just like for the most part, I seen the potential. I seen the kid, it's like I don't know why people are like, oh, he's terrible and all this. I mean, he's had his bad moments, but he's had more good moments, I feel, than bad moments. That's
I
how.
no, I agree, bro. I could not agree with you more, man. And it bothers me when people like that don't get a fair shot. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Long term. And maybe he will. And maybe that's the thing, man. Maybe we'll see him at another team. I mean, the truth is, things can happen where we are here. I don't think they're letting him go for a reason. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
No one's looked to acquire him, I'm sure. But I think they realize that they at least have a decent backup that's not going to lose games. He may not win games, right? But he's not going to lose them.
Yeah, and there with no running game. That's why, like, I mean,
Yeah, no,
we say we make excuses for our quarterbacks and all that, but it is what it is. We had no running game. AOC shouldn't even have been throwing that much. We're not supposed to be throwing every down. You know what I mean? Like we're supposed to be running that ball, and we just couldn't. We couldn't. We didn't have the line at first. We shifted some things around. We started to kind of put it together at some games, but just
right.
wasn't consistent. And we just kept turning the ball. I mean, there's levels to it, but it was the turnovers. You know what I mean? Turnovers killed us. Because I mean, think about all the times the offense was driving. We were on our way to score or whatever. And we fumbled, we threw the ball away, and now I could count. I thought Minshew was at least 10, 11 interceptions. So that's just imagine that in points.
Yeah,
And,
it wasn't a good
yeah,
look.
I forgot. Maybe I'm in denial, but I don't know how many interceptions that AOC had. I, just off the top of my head, I don't remember. But
It wasn't a whole lot. It
yeah,
wasn't like something like out of control. I can assure you that.
yeah, that's what I say. But everyone feels like everyone wants the game changer. I get it. You want the Lamar Jackson, you want the Tom Brady. I'm like, but we haven't never remember Jeff Hostetler. Not the
Yeah,
flash, not the flashiest guy, but
nope.
did what we needed him to do. Like
And
we don't, yeah.
that's key. No, you're right. That is spot on. I mean, I've been saying we don't need Mahomes to beat Mahomes. And in
Mhm.
fact, we're not going to get a Mahomes to beat Mahomes. That's not the way you're going to beat Mahomes. I think you saw the way you're going to beat Mahomes. You're going to have a sound defensive line, right?
Mhm.
And you're going to have a dog of an offense that can score nonstop.
Like as much as I want to just bring everything offense, like when you talk about adding that Mason Graham, it just then it starts to become okay. So let's get some edge help. Let's get it's like
Right.
we can sick it on them because I mean the good thing is we got Kelsey for one more damn year, just one more, and then they go back to normal. Then
Right.
because I mean for him that chemistry with him and Kelsey is so crazy,
Yeah. It's
and
starting to fall apart too, and it's because of his age.
yeah, the injuries.
Kelsey just can't. He's right. I mean, how he's for a tight end, that dude is ancient at this
Yeah, and he used to give us problems.
Wow.
And I'll be so glad to see him go and just see, this great career. Get up out of here.
Yep, exactly. Dude, it's time for you to go. It is time for you to go. We got our guy Raider Transplant Angelo in the building. Jason, salute turf. My guy.
the
Gio.
boxing legend.
Is there a chance that Gino can decline to the Raiders contract and go to Pittsburgh for a top draft pick? Wow. That's a great question. And I mean, I'm sure anything is possible at this point because they don't have a quarterback, right? They still have not signed anybody.
I hate I hate Fields wasted his life away and went to the Jets.
Yeah, that's
Boy, I feel sad for him.
that's what quarterbacks go to die for sure.
Yeah.
100% for sure. They go to die.
Aaron Rodgers couldn't even make that work. So
Yep. Nah, and it's not. It's not gonna happen.
yeah. I kind of wondered that too, what he was asking about Gino, like about maybe if something didn't work out, how maybe a trade could still, but I don't know. It's just weird. It's a weird situation. And with us, we can never be at ease because we're the Raiders. It's always something different with us.
Right.
Because we trade for a quarterback and then the deal. I mean, how many times have you seen that this deal is quickly in the works?
Right.
Or is coming shortly and coming soon, coming right now. It's cooking right now.
Right.
And we have
L11, hot take, but I would take Kelvin Banks or Jade Barron. That's the kid from Texas.
I like DB.
At 6, if I couldn't trade back. They're both versatile, have no health concerns, and they're ready to go. I would take Barron in a heartbeat because we lost my favorite rookie of all time. And that is Nate Hobbs. White man Hobbs, man, I'm gonna miss you, bro. First rookie jersey I've ever bought in my life. Met his sister, family, right? You know what I'm saying? Good dude, man. He's a good dude, and it sucks that we had to let him go. I don't know. I mean, yeah, and that's who we got. That was actually, you want to know what? Man, I'm pulling it up because I just want to make sure I do this right. I'm pulling it up because my guy deserves this, man. Like I say, shout out to the Book of Nibbles. My guy, man. He had a great draft. I'm going to name this out for y'all. Hold on, let me find. Don't tell me I can't find it. I mean, this draft, it was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, for him, and he's not a Raider fan. You know what I'm saying? So where the heck is there we go. So for number 6, he picked T Mac. Kenneth Grant was the second round pick, defensive tackle from Michigan. Some people, yeah, you know. And then we got Andrew Makuba,
Safety Texas.
safety from Texas at 68. And then at 108, this is what I loved because this is a running back I think also has the ability to be something different. And that is by Shul Tootin, running back out of Virginia Tech.
V-Tech.
Bro, picked him up at 108.
Mhm.
A lot of people wasn't happy about this offensive tackle pick, Charles Grant at 143.
That's is it North Dakota or Dakota?
William and Mary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big boy from William and Mary.
Big boy.
And then quarterback at 180. So I'm assuming this is what? 6th round? 5th round, 6th round, 5th round? Kyle McCord.
I like Kyle McCord. That's a sleeper for me.
Yeah.
Because, like, worst case, Kyle McCord.
And then at 213, Jadon Blue. Bro, if we got Jadon Blue at 213, that's the 7th round.
Our screen game would be nice.
Bro, any kind of trick play, like speed game is going to be nice.
Because with Tucker, I put him in that, like, the jet sweep category. Because I really, as a wide receiver, I really don't like. I feel like we should keep him, run him on those motions, make them watch him, and then we hit him over the top. You know what I mean? But use him as like a threat,
right?
A decoy.
Right. No, I agree. Yeah. So, but that was, and then he got us an edge, Sorrell from Texas too. That was the second to last pick, then a linebacker from Buffalo. But he did a great job with that, man, for not being a Raider fan and, looking at our needs. I thought that was pretty fabulous, man.
Yeah, we can use a little bit of everything. So
yeah, a little bit of everything. And you're right. And that's the problem we have. Mm-hmm. You can't really fix all of these holes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, look, our strength is defense, so I don't mind picking that. You see what I'm saying? Like, because now you definitely got one unit set, or at least capable of being able to maintain it. Offensively, we're a hot mess. We're just too far away offensively to get that shored up in one season than we are defensively. So,
what's the guy? The big tackle we got behind everybody. What's the guy? Wagner.
Yeah,
Dalton Wagner. I was like, even try him out at like guard. Right. I would try him out at guard just to see, if that could work because he's a big dude. I'm pretty sure we could find a way because with the right coach, you can find a way to use that size and speed.
Absolutely, I agree.
Oh, damn.
Nephew in the building, run down, my peoples. What's going on? Man, we already been over out. Man, we hour 13 in and we just been kicking it, bro. This is
we do.
Exactly. We just been kicking it, bringing up stuff, man. I had no plans for this show, meaning, no silk, nothing, just out the gate. 3 minutes in and we just started chopping it up, man. This is awesome. So before we start to tally down here and head on out, man, think what else are you thinking this season? What's on your brain, like as far as your biggest concern? What's your biggest concern before we get out of here? I'd love to hear what is my man Jason's biggest concern. Like, where are you like, if this don't get fixed somehow, we are back to 4-12.
Yeah, this offense, because I mean, like you said, I definitely agree with you with the defense. I feel like that's easier to fix, or not easier to fix, but easier to just stack. But it just worries me about the offense because I don't know if I could do another anorexic season on offense. Because it's just because we, how we started the season, we got rid of Devontae, and of course, we seen how that changed. Even though we needed that. Like that trade, we definitely won that trade. That trade was needed. I didn't know how we were going to try to get out of that, but we did. but we seen how it affected the offense. Like it was just because Jacoby's cool, but sometimes he disappears. It's nothing personal. They just they take him out of the game, and then they ride Bowers, and then it's just we got to add another piece. I hated that Diggs and what's his name went to the Patriots. Lockett. I thought Lockett was a
They both went to the Patriots?
yeah, they both went to the Patriots, which I thought
Oh, they are trying to make Drake May that dude.
I thought Lockett was a for sure. Like I thought he was gonna, get his family straight, all that, and then sign maybe later with us. But man, they said New England is the place.
Both of them?
Yeah, yes, man.
Wow, I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah, that was
Patriots are not playing around. Spence is gonna be hot. Bro, I gotta find a way to do the show Thursday. I know Spence is he's happy. The Patriots, hey, the Patriots are not playing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna just put that out there. They went for broke in a lot of areas. It sounds like they went for broke.
McDaniels over there. He about to be cooking. That's crazy. I can't. Oh, I wish everything negative for the Patriots.
You and me both. I can't stand them.
It's kind of bad because it's not for the reasons that everybody probably thinks.
Right.
But just because McDaniels went back there, I don't want that man to ever do anything positive in life.
To us,
yeah. Because I feel like his draft picks set us back another 5 years. You know what I mean? Like just the Zamir White, the Tyree Wilson. Just all the Byron, whichever young we had. Byron Young.
Our quarterback out. Running the franchise quarterback out without a backup. Really, we had no backup. Garoppolo. That was the problem.
Yeah, that was nuts. Thank God for AOC.
Yeah, right? Because he's the only thing that kept us afloat, if you will.
Yeah, because when you think about the whole team, like Bowers, AOC, and Jacoby were like the highlights of our offense because there wasn't no running. I don't know, no running back that was a highlight for us. If I'm forgetting, forgive me, but
no, you're right.
Yeah, so we got to get better. And I think getting the line bigger and better changes everything. It gives the quarterback more time. It gives bigger holes for our running backs.
Correct.
So that'll fix a lot. We don't need to do a lot. If we fix that line, that'll give us a little bit more, a little more wiggle room, though.
Correct. And that's where I'm at with it, man. Is wild, man. I'm glad we had this conversation tonight. But that's my biggest fear is the offensive line. My biggest fear is Geno came from a bad line to potentially a worse line. And we already saw what he did with the bad line. So it may not matter what piece you get as wide receiver number one, right? As running backs. Like if the line doesn't produce, that's the biggest problem. And that's my big worry. That's where I'm not sold. I would have liked to see a nice free agent pickup in guard. You know what I mean? A nice one. Somebody you had to spend some coin for.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. We got Kappa. And that's and that's why I'm like,
Yeah, because I mean, as fans, like it's only realistic to know that basically on offense we have pretty close to the same thing we had last year.
Correct.
I mean, the only thing that changed was Geno Smith, which is definitely big piece.
Right.
But as far as everything around him, same.
If not worse.
Yeah. Mostert, I love that pickup.
Yeah, that's a big pickup. Yeah. He's just got to play like the Mostert that we want. If he's at the tail end, you see what I'm saying? And that's the problem. And that's why we still need that kind of a running back. That's why it's like, yeah, you go get Gianti, but bro, we still have to go get another running back if we do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we go get one of these other guys, like a Judkins, right? Like the kid from Iowa, Neil, you all right. Because even if you lose one of those guys like a Mostert or McCormick, you still got those big boys that should be able to carry the load. While these these smaller guys aren't going to be able to carry the load, no matter how you see it. And we need to be a running team.
Yeah, you seen that dude? Remember Tyreek or the guy we got? I think it was off Dallas, but he was the fast guy. But he got cracked a couple times in preseason, and then he was pretty fast. I think it was Tyleek Williamson or something like that, or I'll probably get in the last name, but he was kick returner early
Mhm.
in the season. And I think he had a big
Oh,
yeah,
McAllister.
McAllister. Thank you.
McAllister.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Number
because
32.
he
Yeah.
had the speed,
He
but
did, but
he
he
just
got
didn't.
mollywopped.
Yeah,
He
he was
got
getting
mollywopped, and we
cracked.
never saw him again.
Yeah, because I was gonna
Literally
say,
never saw him again.
because I was thinking, I was like, damn, he would have been cool to have him as a running back, because
We never saw him
and
again.
then never got to get him in
Now
there.
that you say that, I wonder if he'll ever play. Like,
I
we
know,
never saw him again.
never again. Even when it got ugly at running back too, when Sincere got in, I hope he bounces back, because that's one. I mean, because when you think of our running back room, that's the frustrating part. From Zamir to Sincere, Madison's gone, but Abdullah, I mean, it don't that doesn't shake teams up when you hear it.
They're not running about it. They're not
Yeah,
scared about that running back room. No,
yeah.
I agree. I agree. And everyone knows I love Sincere McCormick, but
Mm.
he's injury prone. Again, a guy that can't play 16 games. I mean, you had your shot last year to really start kicking up some dust, and you did great
Mm.
until you didn't. And no one can hang their hat on the till you didn't part. And
Yeah,
that's the problem. That's the problem, man.
definitely.
But
Mm.
it is what it is, man. Well, hey, Jason, I really appreciate you for coming through, my guy. We definitely gonna do this again way sooner than later, as opposed to the time we've lapsed from the last time we did this. I like to get this in much more regularly with you, man. I really dig your takes. And yeah, man, it's gonna be an interesting season. I'm starting to fill everybody in now, man. Turf is not going hard like he's been going hard in the past. The gymnastics got your boy hit. I am absolutely tired. I will not be going to all the Raider games this year. I can assure you of that. Like, nope.
Are you going May to the Bakersfield event? You going up?
It's in May. I might do that. I might do that. I'll have to see what's going on. And I'm sure I'm gonna hit a preseason game because it's cheap, and I'm sure I'll hit a couple of home games. Definitely the game to go to, real talk, is this Houston game.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's going to the Houston, Texas game. Obviously, I'll be there. That's a 2-hour drive for me.
For sure.
Yeah, and I mean they talking everybody is penning the Houston game this year.
Damn, I'm shit. I
Yeah.
might have to. I just
Look at that one. That's the one. I think even TRS is looking at everybody.
what's the policy out there for the cabbage? That's my only fear out there. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be like out there, but
You good.
sure.
You all the way Gucci. They changed it up, bro.
Okay, good. I was gonna say because that's what kept me away from Texas for the longest. Because man, no.
Right. No,
Yeah.
and you're right. I agree. You don't want to mess around in Texas, but
Mhm.
yeah, they changed it up, bro. It's definitely way more lenient than ever in life. In fact, you ain't even getting a ticket for unless you unless you
Oh,
over there sitting you
oh
look
yeah. Hey, I don't want no problems. I was just out there.
forest in the back,
Yeah.
that's a different story.
What Rick Ross say? You just here. I'm just here to enjoy myself. That's
There
it.
you go. Exactly. Nah, you and again, I have to admit, it makes a lot of sense. They got a huge chapter,
Mm.
right? And then there's already huge chapters in Dallas and San Antonio
Mm.
that 100% will be going to that game
Oh yeah.
in droves. It's gonna be big for Raider Nation.
I can't.
I don't know many other places that it can be as big. You know what I mean? Honestly, because I don't know how many other places have the size of the chapters like Dallas
Yeah.
and San Antonio.
Ooh-wee.
It's heavy, bro. It's heavy. Like I'm part of the Austin one, which is the smallest of them all.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Austin is the smallest of them all, bro. And Austin ain't small. So it should be a good time. That's definitely obviously the number one game I'm thinking about, if you will. But I had a blast last year doing a lot of the watch parties too.
Yeah, definitely. You doing the draft? You doing the draft? Oh, you probably gonna be there.
I'm trying to go to the
Yeah, I was gonna say you gonna be.
yeah, I get down, especially if we got a shot to pick our quarterback of the future,
Mhm.
which I'm not so sure Shador is not going to be there at 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to disappoint people, but I feel like they're gonna go Mason Graham. Like earlier teams are gonna get the defensive guys. Like
Right, because
we
they
gonna
make
be. Yeah.
impact right away. The
Mhm.
quarterback, if they want him to be right, they got to sit him, and that's going to hurt.
Yeah. So I think the quarterback, I think will be there. I honestly don't think Genty will be there. I think Tet will be there, and I think the quarterback will be there. That's my bold prediction for what I mean. Who's
Yeah.
the two that's gonna be there? And I'm good either way, but I'm leaning towards that wide receiver a little bit. No, but we need the quarterback situation taken care of because I don't want to hear about this coming into next year, coming into the year talking about we need to get this quarter. No, we getting this handled this year.
Yes,
Yes.
I agree, and I don't care what round we pick a quarterback. We need to pick a quarterback. Period. No questions. No playing around. We need a quarterback.
Yeah, best case, I guess Shadur. Well, of course, Cam Ward, but I would say best, for us and what's realistic would be Shadur, and then I think worst case Milrow. That should be our worst case is Milrow because his speed is something that can be elite if we can fine tune, until
No,
he figures it out.
I'm not gonna lie. I still, for whatever reason, feel like he's fool's gold.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
She might be right.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he played in the SEC. I mean, let's be real. He's better off, than a Janty as far as if you're gonna knock his credentials and who he's played. So
Yeah,
I'm not knocking him there.
he's gonna have to run for his life. So I mean, he'll be a perfect fit.
I know, right? Exactly. Man, I can't wait, man. When is the draft?
24th. I'm glad it's soon.
It's 24th of April?
Yeah, it seems like it's always like 29th to 27th.
That's right. No, that's right. That's right. It's coming up. No, again, like I say, gymnastics, ladies and gentlemen, got me all twisted. I'm all over the place. There's, like I say, we got this week. Hopefully, we get one more week, right? Shout out to them Gopher girlies, man. University of Minnesota gymnastics girls team. We got round one. I forget. It's a couple of Utah teams, and I believe is it Utah or it's either Utah or UCLA that we have. But the way it works is top two advance to Saturday from Thursday, and then the top two from there advance to nationals. Our problem is the top two on Saturday is going to be UCLA, who already has beat us, and then obviously Utah, who, again, I've said it, I think they're going to beat UCLA. So we gonna have to come to play, man. So it'll be interesting. But I encourage y'all to check out gymnastics. I know I'm biased, obviously, because of my daughter, but they are making major changes that absolutely makes it way more fan friendly. College gymnastics is the ultimate team sport, and you'll realize and recognize quick. You know what I'm saying? The easiest way to explain it, bro, is you need 5 Ashton Janties at running back, and they all need to be best. They can't have an off day. That's how you win the chip in gymnastics.
It's upset season too. I got faith in y'all.
Hey, exactly. Thank you, bro. Because it is upset season, and I can't wait for these girlies to go out there and show them it's upset season. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Sacktown crazy. Man, I can't even walk around that thing, bro. Around it, let alone trying to get on it. That balance beam is wild, ladies and gentlemen. It's 4 inches wide. I'm just telling y'all, walk across one, and you'll have a whole entire different perspective on this sport. Appreciate you, Sacktown. But yes, it is. I'm telling you guys, I'm amazed. I know I'm biased, but I promise you, if you ever go to a college gymnastics meet, you will be entertained. 100%.
That's the most talent. I mean, it's hard work too, but it's so crazy seeing the just the dedication and just the grind. You know what I
Right.
mean? I respect it.
Oh, absolutely. And shout out to the Olympian, Jordan Childs.
Mhm.
I've gotten to see her twice now. This will be the third time. So, hey, I'm not complaining, man. That little girl ain't no joke.
Yeah.
She's a I'm not gold, but bronze medalist for a reason. She's a medalist for a reason.
Yeah.
Just being part of the Olympic team in general is some wildness. So, like I said, go support your local, colleges, all that good stuff, and check out some gymnastics. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. They're starting to change the game. So, all right. Well, thank you, Jason. As always, my guy. Please let the people know where they can find you, what time your shows are on, all that good stuff, man.
Man, appreciate you, Turf. Always a pleasure. Raider Nation, you know what I mean? I will be popping up a lot more this week. I'm on school break, so I got time. So I was gonna say, man, I'm gonna be doing some more gaming. I've been watching everybody doing their Madden thing, and it's giving me that itch to get back in there. So I would say I was just kind of it is different because I had the PS4, now I got the PS5, so it is a little bit different. You know, the graphics are a little bit slower in my opinion, but I mean, it looks good. It's just I don't know. It's for me right now. It's getting my timing right. But once I get on, it's on.
It's a problem.
Yeah, so I'll be on this week. Probably Friday night, and then I know me and Chris for Raiders have something going on Sunday at 10 a.m. So
All right,
definitely,
Christopher Raiders, man.
yeah,
That's my dude right there, man. Another great new up and comer, guys. Go check out Christopher Raiders. I promise you, you will not be disappointed in any way, shape, or form. Super knowledgeable about the game, bro.
nice. Hey, Eric Raiders, thank you, or Eric Raider haters Hunter, thank you. Appreciate it.
There it is. Yes, sir. But cool, man. Hey, awesome, bro. Y'all go check out Raider Nation Jasin. Please like, subscribe, all those good things. Hit him up, hit his channel up, man. Get those subscriptions, everything you can, and notifications so that you don't miss nothing, man. Because we try to bring y'all this content as best as we can, man. And I really love vibing with the guys that really rock hard for the Raiders, man. Pause, and that's what we do, man. So again, appreciate you, Jason.
Yes, sir.
Great night, Raider Nation. And yeah, I'll be back home next week. So we'll see how it goes. We'll have my bells and whistles back, all that good stuff. But till then,
Yes, sir.
be out, man. Peace.
A